we are back for 2022, our first episode of Sports Den. Happy New Year here from our entire crew, and we hope the year is kicking off great because, I mean, we're already just over a week into it, so we have been having some fun around here. Just a couple of things underway for our programming, but as we look at what we have to get started here, we'll top it off our day. We have some exciting highlights as we have hit the court already. And this one actually just before Christmas, that Sunday before Christmas time. Who was able to get that present before they headed off for break. This was the Stillwater Ponies at the Centennial Cougars home court. Get to see Camille Cummings having that fun prep, but this ball goes up. That was Stacy, but Cubes gets the rebound and the putback. Definitely an all-star player we've seen throughout the Centennial Cougars, but this is Cummings, another all-star, doing that spin move in the lane and getting it done. But this is the last time that the Cougars lead in this game. Ponies taking it inside. That was Dieterle for two. Now Cougs gives it to Cummings. Cummings again gets it to drop. But as the Cougars try to come back, the Ponies having some work there in the lane. This is Holder going from left to right, sinking it. But the Ponies, Thompson also, the young sophomore, gets the tray to drop from range. Holder and her having a great game. This time Holder for three, almost you'd think an and one, but she makes it happen with that contact there. But the Ponies get another steal, up the court they go. And again, Thompson from the top gets it to rain, and the Ponies will defeat the Cougars in this one. 71-51 was that final score, and we talked with a couple of them.
I think just all together we played as a team more, and we were able to share the ball and give the girls the open shots. I mean, honestly, we just played as a team, and we meshed really well, surprisingly, with the younger girls stepping up.
Yeah, I think I'm just more confident now. I've put in the work, and I know what I can do, and I was just aggressive and attacking and giving all my effort.
Now we get to look at the standings. Girls basketball, Blaine Bengals leading the way. Conference 5-0, 10-1 overall. So an exciting start for them this season. Centennial 3-2, 4-8 overall. And Spring Lake Park 2-3 and 6-3 overall. As we look at the schedules, Blaine coming off of that win versus Anoka, and they also played STMA there on the 4th. They did lose, so they'll try to keep this win streak going as they play Centennial, that Cat Clash on the 11th. Centennial having lost versus Totino Grace, then played at Champlin Park, got the victory, and then again, of course, that Cat Clash we just talked about between our two teams on the 11th, and they'll take on Andover on the 13th. Spring Lake Park has a couple wins there to start the year. Now gonna have to try to come back after this loss at Totino Grace. They'll play Coon Rapids at home on the 11th and at Osseo on the 13th. But you guys, it wasn't just basketball as we look at our highlights and those exciting things. We hit the rink already this year, in 2022. Centennial Cougars, Spring Lake Park Co-op taking on the Blaine Bengals. And this happened last Tuesday at Fogarty. This team's very familiar with that arena. But this one, Ron trying to track back, gets the puck stolen. Ball has it now, and she's gonna line this one up for Gaudreau in front, and bang! This puts that early lead on the board for the Cougars. Now Ron wants some redemption, just out in front, bang! Tying it up 1-1. Now this game is really anyone's. Who is gonna have the victory song at the end of it? And of course, none other than Singh is gonna get this one done for her team. That victory song is gonna get to be clinched by her as this one slides on past. But it wasn't just the offense helping get this one done. We're gonna see a A good one here by that goalie for the Bengals. Haley Hansen had some good stops in this game as well. Bengals win it 2-1 over Centennial Spring Lake Park. Let's take a look at the schedules. The Bengals having a win already this season, then a tie, now a loss that they'll have to come back from. So on the 11th, they'll be at Anoka, 7 p.m., and then the 18th at Andover. But our Centennial Cougar Spring Lake Park Co-op, they have that loss versus Blaine. They did play at Eastridge. They did get the win by a good margin there, we can see. And then on the 11th, they'll be at Osseo Park Center. And the 15th at Holy Family. They'll be on the road for a few of those, you can see. So definitely gonna be traveling, gonna have some later nights for them, but it's exciting time of year, so I'm sure they don't mind. And you guys, like I said, we didn't just have hockey. We still had some more action here on Sports 10. We'll get to look at what it's like as we head into the pool. We're gonna take a deep dive into what it's like for our athletes in the pool. But the first matchup we want to talk about happened on Thursday this past week. This was Spring Lake Park at Centennial. And this first one is a 200-yard medley relay. And Spring Lake Park A team getting the victory at 145.80. Now the 200-yard freestyle for varsity. This is Spring Lake Park's Sam Clark, the junior, 153.8. Now in the 200-yard IM, this is Spring Lake Park, and they won it in 2:09. The 50-yard freestyle, that winner, Brandon Ripken, and that was 23.18. The diving well, though, we get to see SLP Sebastian Santiago, the freshman, 199.15, and Luke Ellerson, the senior, 196.85. Centennial got third and fourth, but getting to see some promising Spring Lake Park athletes there in the diving wall. But back to the pool we go for the 100-yard butterfly, and this is Starcevic, and 56.83 was his winning time, that big lead. Now for the freestyle, that is Crozer, 53.88. And now the 500-yard freestyle, a bit longer. Gonna have to make some things happen. But as these teams continue their way throughout the pool, this is Coon Rapids. But as we look at that 100-yard backstroke, we just saw so many athletes getting some good times. George Atkinson wasn't any different, 102.56. And the breaststroke, this is Strozer, the junior, 1.0484. And then Centennial got first, second, and third in that race, but the last one, the 400-yard freestyle relay, Centennial helping get this one done in first and second. But we got to see those overall scores before now. Going to another one of our matchups between Coon Rapids, this time at Blaine. And these guys got off to a good start. If you're Coon Rapids, thanks CTN for this footage. But first and second went to the relay teams for Coon Rapids. Now the 200-yard freestyle, Blaine, Jace Dayton, 153.83. He wins it. In the individual medley for the 200, this is Coon Rapids' Tyler Schultz, 201.97. That big win in Blaine, second and third. But now the 50 free, this is Ryan Mackey getting first and Bradley Leeshair getting second. To the diving well, this is the Coon Rapids Diego Medkulik, and he got second for 143.5. But then we also got to see Blaine, and they got first, Timmy Rotter, 211.35. Definitely some good athletes on the diving side for them, but 100 fly, Blaine, Jace Dayton We will hear his name multiple times, 55.77. He touches the wall. The 100-yard free, Coon Rapids, Tyler Schultz, 50.39. Blaine Wentz, second, third, and fourth in this race as well. But now the 500-yard free, this is Coon Rapids, Tronson, 522.52. He touches the wall. The 200 free relay, Blaine Mackey, Wieshair, Morithi Riker getting it done for their team and their school. The 100-yard backstroke, Coon Rapids goes 1-3-4 to stay alive. Coon Rapids first, that was Nate Larson in that race. For the 100 breast, this was Blaine's Garrett Anderson touching the wall, 110.96. And now Blaine, the 92.80 lead before this 400 free relay. And Coon Rapids anchored this, or the anchor for Coon Rapids was Schultz, and they touched the wall. But Blaine will end up winning this 98-88. Again, thanks CTN for that footage, but the Bengals got it done in the pool and the diving well. You guys, man, oh my, our team's getting this new year off to a good start, our 2022, and it's not just those highlights that we saw. We have more coverage. We'll be back even with you tomorrow for some more action. I'll be at the basketball court. We have a couple games going tomorrow, so make sure you're tuning in, not just seeing us here to catch up on the highlights, but seeing those real time. Make sure you're cheering your teams on if you're not there in the gym with us. But you guys, it's 2022 and we are looking forward to having, just that splendid year. I don't know about you, it's always, that year where you're setting those goals. What do you want to do? And mine is certainly to not sweat the small things. And I hope maybe that's something you'll look at doing this year too, because everyone needs to just have that moment, relax. Let's have a good year, guys. Toast to you. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in. Make sure you're checking us out on our social media, on our website, finding those schedules, but also tuning back in here on Sports Den. But you guys, I'm Blythe Whaley. On behalf of my entire crew, we thank you for joining us, and we'll be back next week. Thanks, guys.